Welcome to the playoffs, everyone. Welcome to the Week 15 edition of the Matchup Podcast, and not the podcast. It's the live stream. Let's start over. No, just kidding. I'm John Hansen, Adam Caplan, Greg Cosell, and Ben Kukanis on the other side of the glass. Obviously, the NFL world has been turned upside down with COVID-19. We're going to do the best that we can. And, this is what we do. Thursday night, we gather and we go over the matchups and again, give out the best information that we possibly can. So we'll just attack this game by game. And we'll start, of course, tonight, the Thursday night football game, the Chiefs at the Chargers. Adam, first you with we all know Chris Jones is out.
Yep.
Snead, the corner, one of the top 3-4 corners out.
Oh, this just came down.
What's that?
Javarius Ward, illness, questionable. Don't know if he's playing.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah, so they don't.
There's a starting outside corner.
Yeah, so let me see what I can find out here.
It'll Greg, be if Javarius Ward is out.
Right, Fenton's playing. Right, Rashad Fenton. He's playing with a bad knee, too.
Right, but he played this past week. He would be I'm sure, be the next guy. They still have Baker on the roster.
Yep. So Baker.
Yeah.
Who else, Greg?
Yeah.
So what do we think? How big of a loss would that be, Greg? This Chief D has been really good. They don't have Jones. They're going to be a little thin potentially in the secondary. I mean, what's their margin for error like here against such a great offense?
Yeah, I think the Jones loss is intriguing because this is a team that's won 6 games in a row, predominantly due to their defense, and they have played the highest percentage of cover 2 in that 6-game stretch of any team in the league. So, and they're very good playing it because they use a lot of disguise and late movement to get to it. So it's not just a static cover 2. But if you're going to play cover 2, you can probably live with playing backup corners. Jones is the more important factor because obviously when you play cover 2, you're rushing 4. And one of the things that the film shows, John, is they've been able to win one-on-one matchups up front and generate pretty consistent pressure on quarterbacks. And Jones has clearly been a big part of that.
And no Rashawn Slater, too, by the way, we should mention.
Correct, which is big, too. He's played extremely well.
100%. Yeah. Well, while we're talking Chargers, they're going to do what they do, I guess. I mean, we'll see if they run it a little less with Austin Eckler. But, Greg, they're just going to come out and attack with the pass, right? I mean, is there a matchup you like? Keenan Allen inside, Mike Williams, the tight ends, anything stand out for the Charger offense?
Well, then it comes down to how much man that the Chiefs are going to play. They still have been playing Sorensen as their predominant tight end matchup. I don't know if they will do that tonight because you're dealing with Cook, who's 6'5", you're dealing with Parham, who's 6'7", 6'8", and Sorensen is a little guy. So, will they play snaps of man? Yeah, I'm sure they will. They're not going to play 0 snaps of man, John. But I don't know if they'll play a meaningful amount of it simply because the tight end matchup is a little problematic.
Plus, Parham's also 6'5".
Well, that's what I said. Parham's like 6'7".
Oh, right.
Jordan's just over 6'1".
Yeah, I would imagine they'll just try and keep it simple and keep it zoned up, I guess. Especially if they're without Ward, and then guys for the Chiefs. My personal opinion is it's a perfect opportunity to really roll with Edwards-Helaire. I think he looks really good, and I think it'll be a Travis Kelce game. Greg, I'll go back to you. I mean, this offense has been tough to figure, but look, the Chargers play defense in a way that has been problematic for the Chief offense against that look.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Chiefs offense is getting better. I mean, obviously Mahomes' numbers this week were really good. I think that there's a little more rhythm and timing to it. I think they're executing design concepts better. The touchdown to Williams last week, the back, was a really well-designed concept in a man coverage situation. It was a man beater concept. So I think they're doing more things now that are allowing them to look better in the pass game. So we'll see if that continues.
I mean, and again, like the downfield big plays to Tyreek. Like, when was the last time you saw those on film?
Yeah, they're not really there.
Right. Adam, which is the big problem. What are your thoughts tonight on this critical game as the fantasy playoffs kick off this week?
Yeah, well, they get Keenan Allen comes back, and Josh Palmer did a great job of of playing that role, did a good job. Brandon Staley, very, very complimentary of, he explained the two positions that Keenan Allen plays, and he executed really, really well. And then as we thought would happen, Guyton would be the shot play guy. I thought they did a good job with that. So now I would assume that Guyton will still have that opportunity if they take a shot to go downfield. And without Chris Jones in the interior there, that might help them. But one thing I would tell you, and we don't talk a lot about this because they've gotten away with it, but I still worry about the right side of their offensive line. It seemed to have worked. Greg was better to attest to it.
Yeah, no, it's funny you say that because I've noticed that those, Schofield and Storm Norton are still playing on the right side.
Yeah.
It has not seemed to have been as much of a problem as it was more mid-season. So, that could also be one reason, by the way, why their pass game tends to be more quick game. Don't forget, everybody keeps ripping Joe Lombardi saying, oh, they're not letting, Herbert throw it down the field. Well, to throw it down the field, you have to protect. And
well, John, And John, now you take out Slater, who's been great. Trey Pipkins will start for him.
Yeah.
And the two guys we just talked about on the right side. Now that does worry me a little bit. You add all that up.
Yeah. No question about it. For Eckler, we heard this before last year when he was coming back. Oh, he's going to be limited snaps, and he had I think 20 touches.
It's a short week. It is a short week. So I
mean, Doc Addix is a little concerned with, he thought it was in a high ankle potential. But the size of that damn cast or the wrap on Sunday was huge.
Yeah, but the reason why I know it wasn't because less the head coach is lying. He did take reps in practice, even if it's a mild high ankle, he's not playing 4 days later. It's impossible.
Yeah, that you would think.
I've never heard of a running back or skill position player playing with, even if the mild high ankle sprain 4 days after the game. I just don't know of any case where it's ever happened.
I really don't want to address this situation behind him. It's just too clouded.
There's no way to know. I told you this week one. They were searching. They didn't know, and they still don't know. It's like a grab bag.
Justin Jackson's the best option. I mean, he's the veteran. He can catch it. He's been there. Raiders, Browns, and Adam, to you with the Browns putting, again, here's the problem with the COVID stuff. I don't even think Baker Mayfield is completely ruled out yet. Some of these guys on the COVID list could come off, and Case Keenum put on that COVID list. So Nick Mullins time potentially.
Yeah, Nick Mullins. I was at training camp. You hope and pray. Now it's going to rain in this game. We'll see how hard it is. But right now, forecast during the game to rain. Now, obviously, it could change, just to be clear. But Nick Mullins was so bad in training camp. It was obvious he had no chance to make the Eagles team. Now, in his defense, he was coming back from elbow surgery, so he wasn't ready yet. But he's a touch passer. We all know what he is. He's just a dink and dunk type of guy. So hope that either Keenum or Mayfield get cleared.
Greg, you've seen some Nick Mullins in your day. There have been times in that Shanahan offense where he could run the offense, basically.
Well, that's what he is. Absolutely. Yeah. And theoretically, if he's the quarterback, you have an offense that he can run, Kevin Stefanski's offense. So we'll see how that plays out. But yes, that's the kind of offense he can run. It's a run-based offense.
Mullen out at corner, and also Perriman. Not sure how well Perriman's played this year, Adam, but he's always been a guy, when he's out, it's always good for the running game. And I know he starts, right? He's a starter.
Oh, he's there because of Gus. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then, a lot of Nick Chubb. Greg, I wanted to touch on a couple of injuries here on the other side quickly.